give us a good question, and don't ask what we want for the next Zelda game.
No, don't ask us that. We've answered it every time. Okay, well, hey everybody, welcome to the Zelda Mailbag High-End Gamescast episode 78. Okay.
Did you dab?
He did a dab.
He dabbed.
Yes, this is the Zelda Mailbag where we do the Zelda questions. We talk about things. It's not necessarily, actually not, we call it the Zelda Mailbag. You can ask us about other things too, I guess, if you want to, but most people want to talk about Zelda. Sometimes we have a lot of questions, and actually this week is an example. We've got like 4 pages of Zelda questions to get through, actually. But so sometimes we just got way too many questions to get through all of them. So if you want to guarantee that your question gets asked, you can hop on over to patreon.com to become a Patreon person of the Mr. GameOverJesse, GameOverJesse, and you can join the lovely list of awesome people like these fine folks. We'll give them a quick shout out: Wild Horse 64, Samuel, Rand, Jammin, Foxo, Andrew, Jonathan, David, Amanda, Jacob, Derek, Blargnar, Michelle, Mandy Lee Plays, Michael, Elmer, Bootleg Boy, Vortex, Gus, Monica, Link Use the Triforce, Lunarium, shout out to us, Rusty, Lovable Christy, Fallen Echo, and Halo Justin. Those are the ones. Thank you, people, for for your patronage. But Jesse, want to kick things off with a quick question. What is the best unused side character that should return or be in a Zelda game? And I think Colin from Twilight Princess, actually. I like that kid. He's kind of he's a pretty used character. I had to think about it for a second. He's a pretty used character in that game, but we never see really a character like him in other Zelda games. I'm not saying it has to literally be that character, but I really like the kind of character where someone that Link is a role model to, in that sense. Like you have a really neat dynamic in where Link has sort of a character that's sort of his role model, and that's Russell. And then you've got someone, Russell's son, in fact, who Link is kind of a role model, so he's kind of like the cool uncle. And I just really like his character because there's kind of implications in the end credit scene that he kind of grows up to be courageous like Link. You kind of see him walking like with the caravan back to Ordon Village, but he's got a sword and shield on his back like Link, and he's all I don't know, it's a really neat character who he's sort of perceived to be weak by his peers at the beginning, but he's a brave kid, I guess, not unlike a young Link from a previous Zelda game. So I don't know, I just like his character. I find the other kids kind of annoying. From Mallow, who's an entrepreneur, and I respect that. But yeah, that's my little answer there.
Do you remember a while back we did the video? It's like the biggest Zelda fake rumors or whatever, and then one of them was about the Valley of the Flood.
Oh yeah,
the Wind Waker prequel. Back when people were still debating on the uniformed single timeline, like the one that Axel believes in.
Right.
They're just games, so you can believe whatever you want. In the
It's
context
art, it's
of
subjective.
In the context of things, like, you can make it whatever you want. So that's like, don't leave hate for Axel for liking the single thing. Like, in your head, you can understand and know that it splits, but you still have your own headcanon. It's like, well, it would still be cool with this. So anyways, when people thought like that, they thought Twilight Princess was a prequel to The Wind Waker, even though we had interviews from Al Numa that Daniel does a video on his channel talking about a bunch of this, that they always had a timeline in mind, even the split timeline, because when Twilight Princess released, they're like, well, Wind Waker takes place after Link comes back, and then that future carries on into The Wind Waker, and this one is whatever. And even when it was just The Wind Waker was out, there was the quote where Aonuma and Miyamoto were like, because they asked like where it took place at the timeline, and they're like, well, it's Wind Waker, it's after Ocarina of Time. and then Miyamoto or Aonuma is like, well, there's 2 endings to that game, so this one takes place after blah blah blah. But anyways, that's off topic. The thing is, supposedly there was no hero during before the flood, but Valley of the Flood was going to be the prequel to the Wind Waker, where you played supposedly as Colin grown up.
Ooh.
But he's not Link. He's not like the spirit of the hero, so he couldn't defeat Ganondorf. So they had to do the flood.
He died. No.
Yeah.
Oh wait. So the flood. Right.
Yeah. So that was the whole context of the Valley of the Flood rumor. So for the
Even
people
though
that like Colin,
when Twilight Princess came out, like they were pretty clear about that it was not the same timeline as Wind Waker.
yeah.
Like in interviews and stuff.
But that's what I kept thinking
That's
of, the
thing.
Valley of the Flood.
Like people were like, the Zelda timeline's always been like a big secret till Hyrule Historia came out, but then like every time a new game comes out, they're like, whoa. Every time a new game comes out, Onuma's like, yeah, here's where it takes place.
Every time a new game comes out, they're like, whoa.
They're like, no, just the aggression. It's just
They really are like, whoa, though.
they are like, whoa. I'm like, every time a new Zelda game comes out, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I had to do that because David was like, "Oh, Troops, I was wondering why your background is so vanilla," so I had to do that. I just thought it was the funniest. Woo. Anyways, is it my turn to talk about a character I want to see?
Speak, please. I asked you before, but
No, about Colin. You got to tell us about Daniel's
us.
Colin.
No, but
reappearing.
also your answer for the question.
I'm not talking about Daniel's Colin. I'm talking about how I think Beedle should be included in more games because Beedle's only been in like 2.
No. He's in Wind Waker, he's in Phantom
Skyward
Hearts
Sword.
and Spirit Tracks and Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, see, I
He's
didn't
in-
play any of the DS games, so that's why.
5 Zelda games.
Wow.
And every time he just gets a slightly more exaggerated with his
Oh!
like the first time he's like a pretty bubbly, shopkeeper, and then in Skyward Sword he
Minish
murders
Cap.
you if you don't buy stuff. Is he in Minish Cap?
Yeah, it says, though he is an adult, he is very good at finding Picolite made by the Minish, and he is very, very convincing about their health problems.
Where is
Clearly, I need
Beedle in Minish Cap? I don't.
To bust out my DS.
I just genuinely don't remember him being in that game.
Okay, so it says, in Minish Cap, Beedle appears after Link has cleared the dust off of the Gust Jar and has obtained the fire element from the Cave of Flames. For some reason, the townsfolk are expecting him to show up, which is odd considering he sounds rather excited when he makes a sell. He sells all kinds of Picolite, but only in Hyrule Town. So I guess he's in different towns, but he only appears after you do a certain thing.
There's basically there's not that many towns in Minish Cap, but this is, I don't remember him being in that game at all. You're blowing my mind.
Did you ever get the fire element from the fire cave?
You
And
need
dust off the Gust Jar?
You need to do that. That's part of the story. you got it. It's been a few years since I played Minish Cap. I guess I gotta play it again on my Twitch channel,
I know, I need to
twitch.tv/capburst.
So it would be cool. It would. No. So Kayla's answer might win, in my opinion, or Chiblima's answer.
I love
sorry.
Beedle. I love him, but he does murder you in Skyward Sword if you.
Yeah, he hates you.
he throws you.
Yeah.
Out, drops you out a trapdoor.
So that makes me think Beedle's been on huge adventures, and he's just been through so much, like Link, because he has to travel and do stuff to get all of his items and wares that he sells, and even the pieces of hearts. Link has to kill enemies and stuff to get hearts.
Right.
So he sells hearts.
What's he been doing?
So he has to have gone out and killed some enemies too. But he's all tough and stuff, where Link's the courageous, nice hero, and he's no, I've seen some poop. Things are.
I've seen some.
Yeah, he's all saw.
Yeah, so he doesn't give an F.
I love Beedle though. He's a great. He's a really great character.
But that being said, is
Wind Waker. Sorry, go on.
Oh,
Go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that being said, I feel like I don't know enough about Beedle. I want to know more about him. I want to know how we got a flying ship that sold things in the air.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
And he's one of the only people in Breath of the Wild that's brave enough to like walk through all of the path. Like he disappears at a certain time when he keeps walking, but like the fact that he's like always at the different places is really cool.
Like all the different stables and stuff. Yeah, he goes everywhere. No matter what terrain it is too. Like if it's frigid or super hot or whatever. Zunari though in Wind Waker is a character I'd love to know more about and see again.
I don't know who that is.
Zunari's the shopkeeper that wears like the parka that gives you the sail. And then you start the whole trading sequence with him. And he gives you the magic armor, which actually Zeltic had a really great video about on his channel, by the way, about how that being like the most OP item in any Zelda game. But the magic armor, how did he get that, man? He's like a shopkeeper. And he's got like this, he's got like hints of really crazy backstory where he came from like a far off land and got shipwrecked and all he had is a sail and like.
He's in a dream.
I want to know. Oh, he's living in a dream world. I want to know more about Zunari, and he's a neat character. He's an eccentric shopkeeper as well. I just love eccentric shopkeepers, apparently. Yep.
So with Tubes, I would love to see, because they made like 3 or 4 Tingle games, so they'd need to make a Beedle game just to make it fun.
Yes!
Yeah.
So I want to play as Beedle going through his adventures, collecting all of his rare items. Kind of like how people want to see like the Happy Mask Salesman collecting all of his stuff, like how he goes on his adventures. I want to see Beedle. Give me Beedle going around like fighting enemies, just not giving an F, and he's like, do you got money? Do you want to buy something? No? Well, then you're dead. This is like, just drop you out of my bicycle.
Stop wasting my time.
Big agree.
You're very heavy.
Sorry, I'm playing with knives right now.
No.
That's scary.
To end this question, mine would be the ghost salesman person from Ocarina of Time that you trade in the big pose to. You were having an issue with that the other day, Daniel, or last week. You were trying to find the big pose and you couldn't find them all.
Oh, and I
did that too, though.
Punked by this Poe who kept disappearing before.
Poe when you were around.
He punked me. I swore on my stream because I was.
Oh my
I did
God.
a swear.
You did a swear.
I don't care. I'll do it. This is my stream. I don't.
So, well, I think it would like. There's a lot of death and destruction in Breath of the Wild, where like entire cities and stuff were destroyed. So I would expect a bunch of Poes to be around Breath of the Wild. Like you just go around. Did I say Skyward Sword earlier?
You said Breath of the Wild.
Okay. Yeah, so like with all of the death in Breath of the Wild and the destroyed cities, like I expected to go to like the ruins of some village and then see Poes there. But there wasn't, so I don't know, it was odd. But Twilight Princess had really cool Poes where you had to get them just like you did in Ocarina of Time, the special Poe souls. So I would like to see him return, and then because he's like the only guy in the series that I can think of that'll like buy dead souls from you. And then he has like the cage that he has them locked up in above his where he's sitting, and I'm like, what does he do with all these souls? It's crazy. But that would be my choice.
He's just collecting them.
But what you were doing, Daniel, like if you think of Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, all of the maps are like so much bigger than Ocarina of Time's map. So, and then the Poes aren't even in like Kakariko Village or Lake Hylia or anywhere. Like they're all like centralized in Hyrule Field. And by contrast, Hyrule Field, Hyrule Field's like super small. But I remember thinking, oh my god, Hyrule's so huge in Ocarina of Time. How am I going to find all of these Poes in there? But now it's like, Well, you can get from one side to the other in 30 seconds.
Yeah, if you're on your horse, like you can. I did like 3 laps around Hyrule Field looking for pose. Like you can do it.
Get the one that goes over the creek. That's like on the plateau thing that goes up.
That was punking me. that was the Ashton Kutcher ghost. Because he kept. What I did is I ended up turning around and like facing the other way, so he appeared on the other side of me and then chased him that way. Because if you're on the ledge, he'll just go through behind the tree where you can't shoot him and appear really fast. Because if you are not moving, he'll disappear faster. You got to stay moving on your horse. Where's Chicken Perm when I need him? He's not in this chat. My man, Chicken Perm.
Chicken Perm.
He might be in Tube's Twitch. He might be in Tube's Twitch chat.
He might be. He's not in our YouTube chat right now. But
no one's in my Twitch chat.
Like,
apparently, I have 4 people watching.
My like stream squad is Chicken Perm RPG and like Retro and and Gus is there pretty often as well, but who is also one of our patrons.
Yeah.
Shout out there, but
so
yes.
Recap, Daniel. Who all did we have? Who did we pick as the characters we want to come back?
I cheated. I picked 2. I said Colin and Zunari.
Yeah.
And Tube said Beedle. What did you say, Jesse? You also said Beedle?
The ghost
you said the Coal Collector. We just talked about this.
Yeah. All right. Tubes, do you have a question picked out, or Daniel?
I do. I gotta find a way to paste it though because it came from somewhere else. It was actually a question from Abigail.
Ooh, Abigail.
I still haven't really thought of an answer for it, but I really liked the idea of the question.
Okay. Fire away.
So, Abigail asks, since Rito are an evolution of the Zora, and the Koroks are an alternate form of the Kokiri, or the other way around, I think it would be interesting if the Gorons were to evolve. If they were to, what would you have them look like, and what abilities would they have?
I think that one is in our mailbag. You don't paste it. Pretty sure I put it in here already.
Is it in our mailbag? I took it from the YouTube.
Yeah, it's bag here.
Oh,
you
wow.
silly goose.
I guess it's because Abigail knew that I'd answer her question.
Yeah, well, we love Abigail.
All right. I got mine. You guys go.
Wait, your answer? Go. I want to hear yours.
Go ahead.
Okay, mine
you go first. I gotta think.
So, right now, they're rock people that hang out near the mountain or whatever. So like if they evolved when they're like close to Death Mountain, I could just imagine like looking like a normal Goron, maybe what they looked like in Twilight Princess, where they were like just more realistic looking, but then like having actual lava like kind of flowing around their bodies, so like they're not just like rock like, people.
Like magma monsters?
Yeah, kinda. Like there's already magma monsters in the game, but like these would be like nice magma monsters. So like they're made out of rock and stuff, and magma and lava is just really hot melted rock flowing around, and they're always next to the volcano. So if they did something to where like they just got, you know, like it's so hot that some of their rock melted again, but it's still like circling around them, and then maybe they could use that to attack and stuff, like how other monsters will spit fire at you. Maybe the Goron could learn to do that. I don't know, that would be my idea, but maybe I've been thinking of
Goron,
too much Pokemon
use fire
stuff.
blast.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I always hated the things like in the fire temple, like you would climb up to the top of it in Ocarina of Time, and then there's like the little lava slug that moves around.
Oh my goodness.
I hated those.
On my... Again, I'm plugging the hell out of my stream. That happened where I got knocked back into that hole like 3 times from that stupid slug. The fire slug thing in the fire temple. I yelled about it. I feel like that's the theme. I yell a lot. But yes, no, that's a good answer. I was thinking that too, because... about sort of the lava sort of thing, because in Twilight Princess we see like the old Gorons that have like the geysers on them. Like there's like steam and stuff in there. I guess they're like hot.
Mm-hmm.
There lava inside of the Gorons? Do they have lava inside them? Like,
Maybe their blood is
maybe
like lava
their blood is
Ooh.
maybe just got a rocky exterior, but
that would make sense. That would be how they digest rocks. They just like
They-
turn their rocks into more
Ah.
magma.
it does kind of make sense. Yeah. How strong do their teeth got to be? You know, you see they've got like organic looking teeth that look like just normal teeth, right? But then they can bite through rocks.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
But their teeth technically would be rocks, because they're
but like
made of
really sharp, like really strong rock.
yeah, maybe diamonds.
But you know, I this is I'm thinking the same thing, like something with more of a lava element, and then you could see Gorons in different regions. Like you see Gorons that are like living in the forest, and they're all mossy from
Yeah,
like,
Alola Gorons.
So cool.
and I mean that would be you could have that you could have the Gorons with different like rock themes, like based on where they're living. You know,
They could have plants growing on their back, like the Kikwi.
but the
yeah.
Kikri, I always assumed that it was like a
They're more like
the
trees.
skies. They're more like camouflage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But at least that's how I assumed. But then it not like a literal plant that grows on them, but just like part of them that's camouflaged to look like a plant. Whereas I
So-
imagine
Like,
with the Goron,
like
it
all
would
the
be
animals that have the camouflage, yeah.
yeah, but I imagine like with the Gorons, it would be like literally plant growing on it because they're rocks. They're rock. They're Dwayne the Rock Johnson. So
No, stop.
could-
I saw that comment. I saw you make that comment. No.
They could have
Stop.
like moss growing on their back. So like whenever
Yeah.
they're curled up into a ball, it just looks like a rock with moss on it. And then when you
And
go
then
to it, it like comes up, kind of like their step talus or whatever. But they're good rock people instead of bad rock people.
yes.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
like-
stone talus are like bad Gorons or whatever. They were like
Someone
shunned
in the
away.
chat said something about that. Someone in the chat said
Cat.
stone talus as well. Are we okay
no.
over here? We're floating.
The cat just got her tail wrapped in my stuff and
Oh,
my
it's all
phone
up in your
before.
stuff.
Yeah.
all up in my stuff. My phone's also at 10%, so I have to go back over here.
We're roaming.
Yeah, we only got like one or two more.
Take us on a
questions.
tour of your house.
So, did you pick out a question, Daniel?
That was a good one. Well,
Or no, you gotta. Choops has to pick her rock Goron.
Yeah,
thing.
what's your rock Goron evolution?
I feel like the answers that we came up with basically sum it up, and I can't come up with anything better than that. I love the idea of all of them being different depending on the area that they're in.
Yeah.
Yes. Sweet.
Oh, shoot.
All right, I will remove this from the mailbag. We have answer. Okay. I think we have a few. There's some that I really want to answer, but we also have to jump in with some of our Patreon questions. So because we just plugged that a lot. I think we answered that one actually already. I'm looking through here. Sorry, Jesse. I'm just humming and hawing.
No, it's fine.
I hope you guys liked Lamp View.
He's good.
No, it's good actually. I like this question. Amanda, who is also a Patreon patron.
She does Twitch
me.
streams too, I think.
Oh really?
Mandy Lee?
Oh, it is that Amanda. Is
I
that
was gonna say
yes.
I was gonna say something about that actually. I saw that she is a patron, and I think that is very cool because she does other streaming as well. She's a big Nintendo nerd.
I love it.
She was
I
on the
love
podcast a
them.
long time ago.
She was, yes.
That was before me.
Her question I really like. She asks, which theory did Nintendo confirm that you hate? So a theory that you hate that Nintendo confirmed.
So-
mine is the theory that Miyamoto is Bowser Jr.'s mom.
Why did Nintendo confirm that?
Because
It was just Miyamoto joking
Miyamoto.
around.
Miyamoto joked, but he said yes,
Yeah.
or he said it was. They asked who is Bowser Jr.'s mom, and he's just
That's
At
funny.
himself.
I
But,
I remember that.
that was a joke answer for this question, and a joke answer about a joke answer. Theory Nintendo confirmed that you hate.
I don't really like the Mario 3 was a play.
Oh really?
Yeah,
It
like
makes
they
some sense,
confirmed
but yeah.
that.
And the same time that
Like
as the other
it's an interesting idea, but I just like the idea of it being a game more than being a play, because like now that it's a play, and Zelda and everyone has pictures of them in the castle, it's like was it a play for Hyrule? Why do they have? And then was Malon, or not Malon, but Ingle and what's his name? The Lon Lon Ranch guys.
Talon.
Ingle and Talon?
Ingo, yeah.
Yeah, Ingo and Talon. Okay, so like they are lookalikes or whatever. They're supposed to resemble Mario and Luigi. So I wonder if they were the ones who played them in the stage play, and then it's the pictures of them on the wall or something. I don't know. But like if you like put the theories together, because one of them was confirmed, you have to be like, well, who was it a stage play for? And
yeah. See, I don't know. I don't subscribe to that theory either, really, even if it's technically confirmed, because it's just like it's just an aesthetic choice in the game, what the theory is based off of, and yeah, I don't know, but there's not that many theories that Nintendo has really officially confirmed
or debunked.
Or debunked. There's a lot that they don't really even just don't really acknowledge.
The fourth Triforce one they debunked.
They debunked that one. I think.
Hey everyone, it's me again, Elia Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.